This is a response video to Martin from the Martian Vinyl's channel. He's doing a Summer Tag 2025 thread. He's got 15 questions, which I will put in the description. He wants you to answer these questions by showing a record from your collection. I did this last year when Noble Records did it, and you could find that video up there. This is a great way for you to find other channels and for other channels to find you and show records you don't normally show. If you follow my channel, you'll have seen these records, but I love these threads. So the first one is your most recent heater. Well, that would be strictly from Hunger. It's the band Hunger from Portland, Oregon. This came out in 1969. They moved to LA to make it big, and they got screwed by the record label, like most of the bands of the time did. In 1968, there was a test pressing release where they had Ed King, the guitar player of the Strawberry Alarm Clock, where he put down a lot of tracks and really added another dimension to this album. And that was found like 30 years ago, and they kind of put it out. It's a much better version of this album, but this is the OG. It's very hard to come by. But I did do a video of that test pressing, and I talk about the differences between that and this. That is way better than this, but this is still great. Very hard to find. A record store out of Chicago reached out to me and told me they had this record. I put ads every quarter in the Record Collector News magazine here in Los Angeles. And page 4, it's got my wants, my Northwest wants. I'm from Seattle, and so I'm always looking for the rare Northwest psychedelic and garage. Here are those wants. If you know anyone who has them, please hook me up. I'm on the hunt. This is the label, but Hunger. A record that will melt your face off. Well, this is it. This is CA Quintet, also from 1969. This is an original one on Candy Floss. This is a super rare, a little rarer than the other strictly from Hunger one. Super crazy, rare psychedelic album from Minnesota. The track Trip Through Hell, that is what's going to melt your face off. It is on the Candy Floss label. There's lots of reissues for this. I would suggest hunting one of those down. Cheap Heat record. Well, that's easy. This would be the Q65, the greatest hits, that came out in 1972. This is a great Dutch band. You could find this cheap pretty much anywhere, but especially the reissues. If you like this, dig into their 3 original albums, Revolution, Revival, and Afghanistan. Really good. They were like garage at first. They're kind of like The Litter. The first album was garage. The second album was more psychedelic, and the third album is more hard rock. They're similar like that, but this is the greatest hits. This is a reissue I have from Holland. The next one, 2-piece swimsuit. Show a record with only 2 members in the band. This is Simon and Garfunkel. This came out in it's Bridge Over Troubled Waters. This came out in 1970. This is the 2003 reissue on Classic Records, which is reissuing the 1999 mix of the album. Really good. So many great songs. The Bridge Over Troubled Waters, Cecilia, Keep the Customer Satisfied. The song El Condor Pass was originally written in 1912. in Peru, and they took that and made that song famous. My wife is from Peru, so every time we go in the airport or any type of tourist place, you hear Simon & Garfunkel's version of El Condor Paz. I really had a hard time finding records from my collection that had just two members, Simon & Garfunkel. Number 5, your summer road trip soundtrack. For me, it's 2001. This is, it's Sigur. This is the first time I've heard Sigur. We accidentally went to a show of theirs in Hollywood where I didn't know anything about them and was blown away, and then had to see them many times. This is the 2001 album, and how do you pronounce this? Ágætis. Byrjun, really hard to pronounce. This is really good soundscapes. He's not singing any kind of known language. It's beautiful music. The summer of 2001, my wife and I were driving all around the west coast of the United States, and the CD was in the car most of the time. And to this day, when we hear any tracks from this, which we hear Night Battery, and this song was in a few movies, Svenji and so whenever we hear that, it brings back great driving memories. Love them. I remember seeing them at the Santa Barbara Bowl. So many good shows. Okay, number 6, your most recent carboot yard sale find. I haven't been to a yard sale, even though my wife was at one yesterday, or I don't even know what a carboot is. So I'm gonna make up my own question. Show your favorite Syd Barrett solo record. So I'm gonna do that. This is my favorite Syd Barrett solo record. This is the first album. This is the Madcap Laughs. This came out in 1970. Syd Barrett was the lead singer of Pink Floyd. Both David Gilmour and Roger Waters helped produce this album. When it come time to do his second album, Roger Waters was out, but David Gilmour kept helping him. I actually did a video on that second album called Barrett. This is the Japanese first pressing. There's it, the OBI. It is a gatefold. That's his apartment. What's good about this particular pressing is it is the very, very rare Japanese white label promo on red vinyl. I have all of Syd's. He's got Barrett on the white label promo, and he's got this, and I believe his double album is not red, but really, really good stuff. I'm a big fan of Syd Barrett. My channel's name, Vinyl Piper, which I guess Piper at the Gates of Dawn, that's Pink Floyd's first album, but great stuff. Number 7, Here Comes the Sun. Show a record with the sun on the cover. Got it. This is the third album by the band Elf. This is the third and final album. It's got the sun right here. It's called Trying to Burn the Sun. This is hard rock from New York. This was Ronnie James Dia's band. This was their last album before joining Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. It was on the MGM label. The drummer, his name was Gary Driscoll. He would go on and be murdered in 1987, and it goes unsolved. They don't know who murdered him. Rip Gary Driscoll. Okay, next one, Campfire album. Show an acoustic album. Okay. This is Gary Higgins Red Hash. This is a 2021 reissue, but this came out in 1973. I'm dying for an original pressing, but I just haven't been able to sing it or swing it. This is on the Drag City label. Gary Higgins was heading to prison right before they recorded this album, and they were in a hurry to record this album, and then he went to prison for marijuana possession, I think. And when he got out, the record was already out, and no one played it. It pretty much was lost into obscurity, much like that Hunger album and many other albums. And I think in the early 2000s, these guys found it, made a deal with him, and put it out, and now it's definitely a cult favorite. The original is probably $600 or $700, but it's really, really good stuff. The next one, number 9. In the summer of '69, show a record released in 1969. This is 1969's Gandalf. This was on Capitol Records. They're another New York band. They did the one album, and that was it. This is like pop psych. I prefer my psych hard and heavy and fuzzy, but I do like pop psych like Zombies or Gandalf or the Bee Gees' first couple albums. Really good stuff. I've ripped this album and I put this up on my channel. You'll find an actual rip of this. It's on the familiar Capitol Records label. This has been reissued a variety of times by Sundays, so I suggest if you see it, grab it. It's very good. Okay, the perfect summer bod. Show a record that is perfect from start to finish. Ah, that's easy. At least for me. The 13th Floor Elevators. The psychedelic sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators. This is a perfect album from start to finish. This is the original mono pressing that came out in late '66. It's got the track starting with You're Gonna Miss Me. That was in the that started off the album The Nuggets, so this kind of brought them back to fame. But You're Gonna Miss Me, Roller Coaster, I got that. Splash One, Reverberation, Don't Fall Down. I have many of these singles. Fire Engine, Through the Rhythm, You Don't Know, Kingdom of Heaven, Monkey Island, Tried to Hide. Every song on here is a banger. This is Roky Erickson at his peak. And this is a mono version, very rare, original mono version. This is like the best way you could hear this album. Number 11, Summer of Love. What record are you in love with at the moment? That's an easy one. 1970s Rodriguez, Cold Fact. This is a great album. My wife and I recently saw the documentary that came out about 10 years ago called Searching for Sugar Man. We saw it probably maybe 6 months ago. I don't know why it took us so long to get this. And it really stuck with us. I'll come home Actually, I'll come home from work and I'll find my wife listening to it on Spotify, and she'll come home and she'll see me playing the record. I hear it over and over. This is a promotional copy with the timing strip, the song right there, Sugarman, that's like their big song. I guess the radio station, what they've selected, Sugarman, Crucify, Inner City Blues, I Wonder. It's interesting, I know all these songs now just by looking at the titles. Really, really good. Pick this one up. It's also been reissued. And the documentary, it's on Netflix or wherever it is. I loved it. Okay. Next one, Summer of Love. Recommend another channel. I'm gonna recommend Marty's channel from Oregon. His channel name is @Marty in Oregon. He doesn't have many subscribers, but he should. He seems like such a nice guy when he's talking on camera. He doesn't do lots of videos, but he's been doing live streams every Sunday, interviewing various people in the VC. That seems to be popular these days. But he's just so damn nice when he's asking them questions. He seems very humble, very friendly, very respectful and proper. He's kind of a bit of fresh air compared to other VC channels. He's obsessed with collecting records from 1974, which I'm guessing is the year of his birth. But check out his channel and give him a sub. Okay. Number 13, Summer of Love. Recommend an album that you think everyone will enjoy. Bee Gees First. This is a great album, came out in 1967. This is not the disco Bee Gees that you know. It's great Baroque psych pop. I love it. I give this record to everyone that I can, and everyone who gets it from me loves it. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy this? This is a US reissue on Atco. I guess I don't have an OG. I'm gonna have to pick that up. I do have, you can barely see it, the Bee Gees box set that has that. We're almost done here. Number 14th, we're all going on summer's holiday. Show a record you grab while on holiday. I haven't been on a holiday lately, but last December I went to Seattle to visit my mother, and I went shopping with some people, and I picked up the Wailers. This is the Wailers Out of Our Tree. This is from 1965. This is the mono issue. This is the one that you want. This is not the Louie Louie Wailers. This is more garage rock. It's got Hang On Sloopy, Mercy Mercy, Unchained Melody. They've got Out of Our Tree, which is a really good track. Dirty Robber. This is really good garage rock. It's original first on the Etiquette label. Oh, looks like this is the last one. The most overshadowed album. This is easy. This is Pink Floyd's. I guess I won't take out the sleeve. This came out in 1967. This is the German. This is the German pressing, original German pressing from 1967. Most of the time, when people are talking about Pink Floyd, they're talking about Dark Side of the Moon, or The Wall, or Animals, but this is where it all started. This is the shit. This is the stuff. This is the best Pink Floyd there is out there. These are my answers to Martin's Summer Vinyl Tag 2025. Check out his channel and go check out his channel. I put links in the description. Both are great guys. This was fun. Do you have any of these records? Put them in the comments, and why don't you do this tag yourself? Thanks.